All right, well, we are now catching up with Katie to find out what is going on at WQIK. So welcome back to First Coast Living. Good to see you again.
Yes, I'm happy to be back.
Of course, and normally you talk about some country news, but today we're talking about Radiothon. So first of all, what is that?
So we are gearing up for our Radiothon. It's going to be on WQIK Thursday and Friday. And we do this every year, and it's to help raise money for St. Jude. There's country stations all over the country that team up with St. Jude, and we just try our very best to raise as much money for them as possible because their mission is just incredible.
Wonderful, yeah. And you've traveled to Memphis last year,
Yes.
right, to visit St. Jude in person. So can you tell us a little bit about what happens on site and what maybe stood out to you while you were there?
Yeah, I figured if I was going to do these Radiothons, I wanted to see firsthand everything that was happening at St. Jude. And I think what stood out to me as the most is when you walk through the doors of St. Jude, the children are happy to be there. They are going through the most difficult part of their life that they're probably ever going to go through. But St. Jude treats them so well and makes them feel at home that they are just happy to be there. I heard from parents of kids who have been out of St. Jude, you know, they recovered and they're out of St. Jude, and they say all the time their kids are like, we want to go to St. Jude, we want to go back. And
so they take really good care of them, not just medically, but they make sure that they're I guess mentally stimulated or having a good time maybe with some other patients or something?
Absolutely, yeah. They have play groups and they have people come into the St. Jude, and it's just amazing what they do. And they go above and beyond. You hear all the time when you see the St. Jude commercials that the parents never get a bill while their kids are being treated.
It's amazing.
And they do extra things. For instance, like in the cafeteria, if there's a kid being treated at St. Jude and maybe they're not eating well and they want their grandma's mac and cheese, St. Jude will call grandma up in the middle of the night and get the recipe and make it for the kids so that they feel at home.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the goal. What is the donation goal this year?
So we're trying to get to $220,000, which seems like a lot of money, but last year we got to 212, so we just need to raise a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I definitely think we can do it. Jacksonville, I have learned, is a very giving city.
Yes.
So I am very hopeful that we can get to 220,000.
And children who are not even at St. Jude can benefit from the work?
Absolutely. So I actually had a friend's son who was being treated at Boston Children's Hospital. And hospitals all around the country use the research that is done at St. Jude. They have a research center at St. Jude, and I got to see it when I was there.
Oh, wow.
They work 24 hours a day. The lights never shut off. And they share that research with everyone so that every child can benefit from them. They don't have to be treated at St. Jude to get treated with St. Jude research.
Right. I didn't know about that part. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so how can we help? How can we donate?
So Thursday and Friday, we're going to have our St. Jude Radiothon. Just make sure to listen. There's going to be numbers you can call and text in, and you can donate anything from $1 to $5. But the goal is to become a Partner in Hope, which is pledging to do $19 a month, and you become a Partner in Hope. We're going to be decorating Christmas trees and writing every Partner in Hope's name on an ornament and hanging it on our tree. And you get this shirt Saves Lives t-shirt. Yeah, you get this fancy little shirt when you become a Partner in Hope. So that's the mission. We want Partners in Hopes, but anything helps St. Jude. You're going to a good cause.
Of course. And is there a website we can get more information, or that's all going to be on the radio?
Everything will be on WQIK.com we're going to reiterate the text numbers and the call numbers and things, but yeah, just listen to WQIK tomorrow and we'll have everything for you.
Yes, tomorrow and Friday. And is this like an all day? You might have said from what time? Okay.
It'll happen from 6 o'clock in the morning to, I believe, 6 o'clock at night. So it's a 12-hour thing. So anytime you turn us on, you're going to hear us talking about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks for joining the fight.
Absolutely.
And we're going to join it with you. So thank you again for being here today.
Absolutely.